Well, hello there, Sagittarius. Happy New Year. It is so good to see you. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are going to do your 2025 tarot reading. We'll first take a look at the overall energies for the year ahead, and then we'll go to the tarot and look at each of the 4 quarters separately to see what the energies are during the different months of the year so that you can kind of get a bigger picture of what lies ahead. And I do personal readings. I have a special 2025 reading up. So if this resonates and you'd like a more personalized version, I would be so honored to do a reading for you. So let's take a look first at the overall energy that you have here. Let's see what we have. Butterfly spirit, transformation is beautiful, and mystic healer, healing energy flows through you. Okay, so this is like huge. Okay, so Sagittarius, you're a fire sign, and Pluto has been in Capricorn since 2008 until November of 2024. We're still in Capricorn season right now, though. I feel like there's this energy where when Aquarius comes in, to me, this is very Aquarian energy, jumping into life again. Because as a fire sign, that Pluto and Capricorn energy was very detrimental, okay, to you. It was like an anchor, okay, tied to you that you couldn't get rid of. It was like walking in cement boots for 15 years, okay? I'm not saying that you didn't have some lovely experiences and perhaps had some success, but it was the energy of really feeling like you could not get ahead no matter what you did, right? And that energy was in your second house of material wealth, how you relate to others, and your self-confidence. And the way that you see yourself has been transformed. And I feel like, I'm kind of like I had an accident, so I was kind of like healing for a little bit, putting up my Christmas decorations. I had a little accident. I'm fine. Things are good. But I feel like even with that, there's this lingering Pluto in Capricorn energy that we can't shake and will not be able to shake, I truly believe, until Aquarius season. And that starts January 21st. There's this energy of understanding, like you may still feel like you're in the cocoon. Like maybe you've allowed one of those cement boots to fall off. Maybe you have even cut the anchor, okay? But there's still something holding you back, and you may not be able to figure out what is it that's holding me back. Part of it is the energies have to shift, right? Part of it is allowing ourselves to release that last bit of energy around feeling like nobody gets you, right? Or you're not, you don't have the material. There's something about the material things, right? But this is all because you are truly stepping into the energy of being a healer. You may have had to heal how you see yourself through the eyes of other people. Kind of interesting. Because Sagittarians, right, as a sign, are very adventurous, very self-confident. I'm not saying, right? It's kind of like, that's kind of how you get, your joy in life is being confident, going after the adventures that you are wanting. And I feel like there's something here with that grounded energy of Capricorn where they're saying you felt like your wings were clipped, right? It's kind of like, my heart still wants to go out there, but I don't have the wing power in order to go in that direction. There's something missing. Well, your wings are working. Your wings are going, and if they're not working, you're going to feel the difference come Aquarian season. So yes. Okay, so we're going to take a look at this. Oh my gosh. If you have been thinking about, you could have gone through this Pluto in Capricorn energy in order to learn how to heal yourself, right? There is an energy of healing yourself, but now becoming a healer. You could have opened up to spiritual gifts, or you could have really learned how to be a Reiki master, or work with crystals, or become a medium, a psychic of some sort. Opening up, because it's almost as if you may have felt like, because it was in your second house, there's nobody here that's helping me, right? And you could have had your self-confidence kind of waver, because it's like before 2008, you could have been take charge type of person. Then all of a sudden, you had these cement boots and you had this anchor and your wings were clipped. And it was like one thing after another. It could have been literally one physical, ailment of some sort after another, trying to figure out how to heal your body, maybe not just with traditional medicine, but also holistic practices or spiritual healing practices. And now it's kind of like, oh my goodness, because I am going to say, oh my gosh, Sagittarius. And I really have to say, it is just this energy. There is something, it's almost like you have hope in your heart again, that you can get back to who you really and truly are. It's kind of like you had to go on this journey of really and truly figuring that out. But it's kind of like, when you have been sick for some time, maybe even when you were a kid, right? And it's kind of like, maybe you had to be in bed for some time and you couldn't wash your hair, or you were just wearing pajamas days in and days out, right? And I'm chuckling, but that's kind of how my life was for a while. So I'm totally relating to this. And then all of a sudden, I remember as a child, I wasn't sick very often, but my mother, every single day there was this little routine. You no matter how sick we were, she would make sure you had a bath and clean sheets, and she would put us in the car as children and drive us around so we could get sunlight, even if we couldn't be outside. I just remember being all cuddled up in the car. It's kind of like I feel a little bit, and I'm relating to this because with my illness, I kind of was laid up, and then it's kind of like, oh my gosh, you get that first real shower, you wash your hair, you put on some real clothes. I don't know why they're saying real shoes, right? It's understanding, oh my gosh, I'm starting to feel like the old me, even though you're not the same as you were in 2008, okay? But you're getting that fire relit in your heart. You're reconnecting to who you really and truly are. Look, higher self, right? You're reconnecting to who you are. And it's kind of like understanding that you were always there. Of course you were, right? But you had all of this burden, okay, or lack of things going your way, if no other way to explain it, right? And now it's kind of like, oh my gosh, I got through that. And it's kind of like the doors are opening, right? The doors are opening. You have look at this. You have intuition, manifestation, commitment. This is you committing to going, to perhaps traveling, to moving, to understanding new opportunities, new situations, new relationships are coming onto your path almost like so fast. You're kind of like, wow. This is like going from night to day, right? And you have the new life poised. You are so ready for this. You are so ready. And then look at this. You have the Queen of Wands and the Empress, two of my favorite divine feminine energies, okay? This is you, right? Your fire sign. Confident again. Feeling confident in yourself, in your ability to create what it is that you want to create. This is getting the fire in your belly again, right? Your heart opening up. This is you understanding the worst is behind me. Now I can go forward. If I got through that, right, I can get through anything. That is the energy here. You got through that. It brought you more resilience, perseverance, confidence in yourself, the ability to be independent. Some of you may have had to walk that path almost literally by yourself. Of course, your spirit guides and angels were always with you, but you may have felt like the human element washed away. You could have had people leave your life. You know, you could have been super successful before 2008. And then between 2008 and, 2024, you could have lost your status, your financial stability, everything that made you in the material world with your second house. And when you lost that, you also lost your confidence, thinking that the things around you helped you to identify as who you are and bring value into your life. You may have lost all of that. And, that could have been through a divorce. It could have been through, an investment you made that didn't work out. Could have been a natural disaster. And I know a lot of that, sending so much love and hugs to the people in California and also to those that are experiencing weather situations across, especially the United States right now. This is the energy of understanding that had to be stripped away so that you could reconnect to who you are and understanding that you're not what you own. You're not what you own. You're not what you do. You're not what your title is. You're not what your status is. You're reconnecting to your true self. And it's kind of like, oh my gosh, like the doors are opening and you get that sense of fire in your belly again. So let's see what January, February, and March have. Yeah, I feel like you have a strategy. You have a strategy, okay? Because maybe it's a new year and you're setting your New Year's resolutions. Maybe you've kind of like decided this is the way life is always going to be. So I've got to have a strategy. How am I going to get through the next year? Or how am I going to get where it is that I want to go? But here's the thing. There's a change in the wind. Aquarius season is coming. If you have maybe set some goals for yourself for 2025 or beyond, right? I have a feeling those goals are going to fly out the window because there's a change in the wind. You're seeing that you've made some plans that are based on past difficulties, right? The past is haunting you. That business that you started that didn't work out. That person that you fell in love with, that unrequited love. The mindsets, the thoughts, the beliefs that you had about yourself. You could be even struggling a little bit with the dark night of the soul. A little bit of, how could I be that person and now be somebody new? It's kind of like maybe questioning some of that. Yes. Wow, you're having a tower moment. But it's good. Because what it's doing is it's breaking away everything that made you feel like you weren't worthy of what it is that you really and truly want and who you really and truly are. It's transforming. It's truly transforming. You're seeing the beauty in it. The tower is like an epiphany. It can be a true epiphany where we're struck by lightning, hopefully not really lightning, right? But we're struck with some type of situation. You could be receiving some kind of message from somebody else and you're kind of like understanding, oh my gosh, like that's not the way I saw that person or that situation. Like really and truly seeing things in a different light. There's this bolt of energy that comes into you that helps to clear away any of this residual going to say, because my throat chakra is kind of closing up, I also think that there's something that you have to communicate to somebody else. I think somebody says something to you. I'm going to take a sip of water here. There's something somebody says to you. It could be your boss. It could be a family member. It could be a friend. It could be anybody. You may be even sharing what your resolution is for the year or your plans for the future. You could be talking to your boss about how you're hoping this is the year you get the promotion, right, that you've been wanting, or you're talking to a family member about starting your own business or whatever it is. I feel like this person is going to say something that really triggers, okay, these past doubts that maybe you have been working on and healing, okay, over the last 15, 16 years. It's kind of like you have this moment where they say something and it's like a lightning bolt where you understand, oh my goodness, I'm still believing. There's a belief here that you're understanding, whoa, wait a minute. I still have this little part of me that is trying to please somebody in the past or hoping somebody will see things differently. You know, you could be sharing with a good friend. I'm going to start this new business. 2025, I'm starting this new business. And your friend, it could bring up the past. Well, you had that business and that didn't do very well. Why do you think, and you're going to understand that there are people around you or mindsets that you have within yourself that are confining you to the old version. But there is something about the older version of yourself that you liked when you felt confident, like you could take on the world, right? It's understanding you can bring back that energy within yourself without also bringing along all of this sense of I'm not worthy of it. I don't know how to do it, right? If I do it, it's only going to end. This is you understanding, no, I get to decide as we move into Pluto in Aquarius, and it'll be there for 20 years. That's kind of like, I get to decide. There's something here about you deciding what you are going to believe in yourself and how you are going to proceed. Because that is exactly what is happening in April, May, and June. You're leaving behind all of the ties that you had to people and situations that may have, in maybe loving ways, highlighted what your faults or highlighted your failures, right? Or gave you a sense that you didn't have what it takes to do what it is that you want to do. And you know what? You're getting something from the universe with a big sense of love. Ace of Pentacles, a gift from the universe, okay? That's coming in that helps you to see that you're not tied to that anymore. That it's time to allow these doors to open, to go towards what it is that you really want, to believe in yourself, to believe in the universe, to know that things can go your way when you truly believe. Interesting. Oh my goodness. I am going to say we have the King and Queen of Pentacles and the King and Queen of Wands. I think some of you are understanding that you may have been, I'm going to say, this is very Capricornian energy, doing the responsible thing, being in relationships, perhaps because you felt like they would keep you safe, okay? Whether that's a marriage, family ties, whatever. This is an energy of I'm more independent than that. This is very much your energy, Sag, right? It's kind of like, oh my gosh, and it like allows you to break free. I feel like there's something here about also balancing out your divine masculine, divine feminine energy, but it's about relighting the fire, okay? And it could be relighting the fire within yourself or perhaps even within a relationship. right? Something is coming in. And if you've been struggling financially, okay, suddenly you're getting a gift, a windfall of some sort that helps you to get re-inspired. Say, okay, we got the money now. We can go towards what it is that we want. We want to buy that house. We want to start a business. We want to travel more. We want to move, whatever it is. There's something that's coming in that is helping you. Yeah, Ace of Wands with the Eight of Pentacles. I honestly feel like it's a business. There's very much like a business. It could be a spiritual business. This is my spiritual teacher card, that you're coming in contact with somebody that is a spiritual teacher. You could be leaving a marriage or a business partner or a relationship that is very 3D and saying, oh no, I'm a mystic healer. I'm ready to go in this direction. And perhaps combining efforts with somebody or even a group of people, okay, in order to help other people heal, right? So you could be starting a spiritual business with other people, maybe a Reiki, or a wellness spa or something like that. It's kind of like you all are independent. You may bring your own skills and talents and spiritual gifts and creative abilities to the business, but you're also kind of combining efforts. There's something about combining efforts here. Yeah, really beautiful. And if it's not with just a partner, it could be with a partner. It's an energy of other people, right? Of connecting to other people after maybe a long time. For some of you, it could be a twin flame. You have the number 11 here. Could be a twin flame returning, okay? You may have been separated for a long time, coming back in, understanding we've both done our healing. It may have been a difficult path, but we've both done our healing, and now we can reunite. We can go forward. Because in July, August, and September, yeah, you have family, friends, guides, and soulmate card, right? And it has been on hold for some time. You had to see a different perspective of this relationship. Yeah, look at this. The world is after heartbreak, right? But there's something here about knowing. We also have Pisces, the North Node moving into Pisces January 11th, right? Kind of like this spiritual, very spiritual energy here of having to see things from that very strong 3D version of Pluto in Capricorn, seeing the world in that 3D, the material. I'm only worth what I own, right? And stepping into this understanding, oh no, there's so much more to me than what I own. You could be helping other people. Yeah, I feel like there's been some kind of a decision you've been teetering about. You're getting some type of communication that allows you to move forward very quickly. Seeing clearly what you haven't been able to see before, especially perhaps in either, a twin flame or a true soul contract with somebody. You haven't been able to see it before. It's almost like you're getting the bigger picture of a relationship and the painful part of that relationship, understanding how that has really opened you up to your spiritual gifts, to understanding yourself as a spiritual healer, teacher, guide, mystic. Yeah, because then here you go. End of the year. Wow. You have the Courage card, you have Higher Power, and the Knight of Wands, right? Taking action, having the courage to go forward, understanding on a much higher level of who you are and what you have to share. There's something here about having to, there's something here about perhaps you had to lose something of your financial stability or material things around you for one reason or another. I mean, you may have lost them in a couple, obviously it's a general reading, different ways, but there's something about humility. There's something here about gaining the gift of humility, of more compassion for other people, of seeing the loving side of yourself, seeing the loving side of other people, because you lost something that was tangible, that was very valuable to you, or you thought brought you value or status. And now, believe it or not, that was an anchor. That was an anchor. Okay, so here's a situation. You may have owned a really big, beautiful home, okay? But you were putting so much time and energy into this big, beautiful home, decorating it, the landscaping, the upkeep, the maintenance, right? But this house, it may have been part of your identity. You may have, well, this is my home, right? And you were thinking it brought you value or worth. And then perhaps you lost it. Maybe you got divorced and you had to sell it or whatever. Understanding that losing that house actually gives you a gift of energy, because when you lost that house, you were tied, your energy was tied to that house. Now you're understanding your energy is really tied to who you really are, not what you own. It's not tied to the house. It's tied to the gifts that you have, the healing ability that you have to give to other people. It's going to bring you a much greater sense of fulfillment, of purpose, of happiness and joy than the house. But that has been perhaps a very hard thing to, yes, Capricorn. Yeah, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. And then here, look, for once, the house, right? Being codependent, being attached, being obsessed perhaps at times with how other people view you, right? It's a little bit of the energy of keeping up with the Joneses, right? And apply it to how it may have fit in your life. But there's a little bit of energy of being kind of like competing, right, with other people, since it was in your second house. It doesn't mean that you have just allowed yourself to go through this transformation of understanding. Yeah, that's not the game I want to play anymore. I don't want to put my energy into this, right? Understanding that this was tying up your energy, and this could be even family drama, right? This is my drama card, the gossip card, the mean girl card, right? It's kind of like, oh, I was so into that. I thought that was, there was part of you that probably enjoyed it, right? But it's kind of like understanding, but that was false. That was a facade. That's not who I really am. And now you're reconnecting to what brings you happiness, joy, happy family, happy home, financial stability, celebration. What really brings you celebration? What really brings you joy, right? It's not the house. It's probably the people that are in the house and the love inside the house, right? And the happiness and the joy that's in the house. You may be kind of like, you've seen that maybe you had this big, beautiful house, and it's not a house for everybody, I understand. But it's kind of like you may have had this big, beautiful house, but there was no love and joy in it, right? Now you're understanding, oh, I'd rather live in a tent with my fellow soulmate, right? And I'd rather live in a tent and have this happiness and joy, have each other's back, have unconditional love. I'd rather live in that tent with that person than to have that big mansion. Yeah, and feel alone. Right? To live in the mansion and feel distanced, right? Yeah, really beautiful energy, because I feel like there's something here that through this process, and once again, they're saying humility, right? Through that process of losing something that you thought brought you a sense of value to others, in the eyes of others, you're understanding that helped you to become to really and truly transform into who you really are. And now you are a healer. You are able to help other people on that journey. Yeah, beautiful. All right, let's pull a soul truth card for you for some final advice. And Sagittarius, I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. Really be honored to do a reading for you. If I had a magic wand and could have anything I desired in life, what would I choose? Yeah, I think there's something here about learning what to choose, right? Would you choose the big fancy house? Or would you choose love? And I think that that's what you're understanding. I choose love. You're choosing to bring more people and experiences into your life that are really and truly in this energy of love rather than material, right? It's kind of like, do I want more? And it doesn't mean that you can't also have a house that you love, but that's the key, that you're having it because you love it and not because, oh, I feel like I have to keep up with my friends or the Joneses or whatever, right? Or do it because that's what society tells me or my family has taught me that's what I want. It's choosing some things out of love for yourself, for what you and really and truly want, and not how that will help you to have friends or status or whatever. Yeah, beautiful. Burn with desire. That is that. Remember I was talking about you're burning, that fire is coming back in your life. There is power in your desires. Let them be your fuel today. Your desires are your soul's wings. Your wings are no longer clipped, right? And it's time to take flight. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Yeah, it's getting back to what do you love, not what other people think you should love. What do you love? Getting that desire back. Spending some time, and you may have been in this cocoon period or a dark night of the soul that was kind of coming up for some of you maybe, right? What do you want, Sagittarius? What is it that your heart is desiring? And a lot of times that is experiences, right? It's not material things. It's connection with other people. And now that Pluto is in your third house, that is connections with others. It is communicating. It is reaching out to other people. Wow, beautiful. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Well, Sagittarius, I do hope that you have a beautiful 2025. These cards are beautiful. Allowing yourself to really kind of open up to looking at what you desire, allowing that fire to start burning again within your heart. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Much love and light to you. I hope to see you soon. Bye for now.